voltage to current converter with floating load. The target audience is fourth semester or second year electronics engineering students. The first thing, the most important thing that I need to start with is that voltage to current converter means the input voltage will be in some form be output current, that is voltage to current converter. Let's look at the circuit. If you look at it carefully, the input voltage Vin is applied to the positive terminal, input terminal, that is non-inverting input terminal, and the inverting terminal, that is the negative input terminal, has resistor R1, and there is no feedback resistor as such. Instead, the load is connected in the feedback loop. The load here, if you just pay a little attention, is not connected to ground. So this is a circuit which stands for voltage to current converter with floating load. Now, just as a description of this, RL is floating. As I said, the input voltage is applied to the non-inverting input terminal. Feedback voltage across R1 drives the input terminal. That is, let's look at the circuit. Vf is driving the input, negative input, that is the inverting terminal. So that is Vf is the voltage that is developed across the resistor R1. Now coming back to this circuit is called current series negative feedback amplifier. Just refer to the feedback topologies that we have studied earlier, perhaps in the previous semesters. If you go by the name current series negative feedback, what is it meant by saying current series negative feedback? It means that the signal that is being fed back is in the form of current, because if you look at it, the output current is taken in the form of feedback signal. The feedback signal is in the form of current. Series in the sense because the signal that is being taken as feedback is being applied in series to the existing. So Vf is actually developing because I0 is flowing through R1, and that voltage is in series with the existing input voltage. So we are calling it current series negative feedback amplifier. Next, if we go to the input loop and write the KVL equations, that is Kirchhoff's voltage law, V input is VID plus VF. Let's take a look at the circuit. VID, that is the difference input voltage across the two input terminals. VF is the voltage that is developed at the resistor R1 at this point, and Vin is being applied externally to the non-inverting input terminal. If you look at the voltages only at the input side, Vf plus VID should result in Vin as per KVL. So that is what is written. Vin is equal to VID plus Vf. That is equation 1. Now we know that the open loop gain A of an op amp is infinite. Infinite in the sense it's very large. So gain, as we know, is output to input ratio. So the input signal, the difference input signal should be 0 for A to be tending to infinity. Hence we say that VID is 0, because we know that the open loop voltage gain of op amp A is infinite. Hence if we know that VID is 0, then putting it in equation 1, we have Vin is equal to Vf. Vf, what is the voltage Vf? It is the voltage that is developed across R1 due to the current I0 flowing across it. So it is R1 into I0 by the Ohm's law. V is equal to IR. Hence, just putting it in a little different way, I0 will be equal to Vin by R1. If you look at equation 3, I0 is the output current, Vin is the input applied voltage, and R1 is the resistance that is connected to the inverting terminal. So this equation is quite explicitly expressing that the input voltage is converted into output current. So this is particularly the output that we get shows that the input voltage is being converted to output current. hence voltage to current converter. Now the applications of this particular circuit is op amp when applied as voltage to current converter in with a floating load condition, it is applied for low voltage DC voltmeter. We just need to make a point over here how it is being applied. We'll not go into details, but we should know that if the load resistor RL is replaced by an ammeter with a full scale deflection of 1 milliampere, the resulting circuit will be a DC voltmeter. Next is low voltage AC voltmeter, next application, and that is also a combination of ammeter and a full wave rectifier can give in the feedback loop will give low voltage AC voltmeter. Diode match finders. Now why do we require diode match finders? First of all, because if you have studied about FM modulation, demodulation, the ring modulator, Foster-Seeley discriminator, then what is required is that we should have the diodes which are used in the modulation as well as demodulation process should be matched. That is, the voltage drop across the diodes used in modulators as well as demodulators should be exactly same. So for that we need diode match finders. And how do we get it? We simply use a diode in the feedback loop of the same circuit that we have studied. Instead of just a short circuit over there directly, we didn't have any resistances or anything there in the feedback loop. There we have a diode. Now when we put in a diode, we know that already we have studied that I naught is equal to V in by R1. That is fixed. So the current is fixed. Now V in is equal to actually will be transformed to V in plus VD, the drop across the diode, voltage drop across the diode. So that is basically the overall function of diode match finder. What we do is when we find out the diode, since I naught is fixed, with a choice of V in and R1 we can fix the output current I naught, and VD can be measured. VD can be measured. So that measured voltage is there, the drop across the diode will be measured. Again then the next diode will be put in place, and until unless we get the exact voltage drop across the diodes, that is how we find actually if the diodes have same voltage drop, then it is matched, otherwise it is unmatched. Similarly, LED testers, again instead of a diode, if we replace an LED in the feedback loop, it will serve as a LED tester. Then Zener diode testers, if we replace a Zener diode in place of in the feedback loop, we obtain a Zener diode tester. So the overall applications is low voltage DC voltmeter, low voltage AC voltmeter, diode match finders, LED testers, and Zener diode testers. This is the applications. Now what we just did, this is exactly what we needed to know about the current voltage to current converter with floating load. So the question that crops up is, what is a floating load? Then what is the significance of diode match finders? What is a voltage to current converter? And obtain an expression to prove the conversion of voltage to current. We have already covered this in the previous slides. Just after you listen to the video, you can refer back also. Just prepare the questions and keep a self check as to whether you have understood this particular session or not. Thank you.